Hey, besties! Welcome to the Triton Athletics and Fieldhouse video podcast.
We are coming to you live from the UOG Athletics Hall of Fame room.
I'm Christian, the dancing bear Ramos,
And I am Rosanna, the ex-woman Claros.
and we are your Sophomore Supremes.
Chris, I think it's time to get the news started.
You want to get started? Let's get started.
Alrighty, let's get to it.
Woo. So you're probably wondering, what will today's news be about? News, what will be today's episode about? So we will bring you news from the varsity athletics, Triton Fitness Center, the recreation program, and the other UOG departments.
We definitely cannot forget about all the departments here at the University of Guam Cabo Fieldhouse: admissions and records, financial aid, and the TRIO program, Upward Bound, educational talent search, and student support services.
If you have yet to get vaccinated, the vaccination clinic has once again opened at the Cabo Fieldhouse, open from Monday through Saturday. And if you're interested in other events held by UOG, we'll be having a UOG Athletic Hall of Fame reception on November 6th. And if you want to see Let It Go sung by Elsa here live on Island, held by the World Theaters production, we will be having it on December 3rd to 5, and the UOG graduation on December 19th, to be determined whether it's online or virtual.
But Chris, wait, I can't get over the fact that our video from yesterday hit like 250 views in 24 hours.
So if you have yet to go and check it out at the Triton Athletics YouTube channel.
As it was said on the cover, our best yet. Oh, definitely cannot wait. But let's just get right into it. The biggest news in varsity athletics. Our former coach for the men's basketball team, Coach Brent Tipton, has received a new coaching job for the Porsche Basketball Academy in Ludwigsburg, Germany. And he and his family will definitely be moving there very soon. It was thanks to Coach Brent that he had brought back and restarted the men's basketball team in the spring of 2016. Coach Brent, with the team in 2017 to 18, had started, in the 2017 had a record of 30-0 and won 3 league championships. To top that off, he was also the head coach for several Guam youth basketball teams, to include U17 and U16. Many efforts to you, Coach Brent, for all that you have done on behalf of the University of Guam, the island of Guam, and the development of basketball on the island.
Woo! Now moving on to women's rugby. So women's rugby moves forward to open their season on Saturday, October 9th at 10 a.m. held at the UOG soccer and rugby field against the new club Para Toru. So since this is a live, you can go and check the Triton Athletics if you are interested in watching their games. With all that in mind, we have our very first student athlete here with us today from the women's rugby team.
But Chris, that was just a lot of information. I think I'm looking at my time right. Right before we get into that, we just wanted to say hi to Leah and Iselin. I know her.
Shout out to you.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
watching.
for being here.
We know you. We work with you. We love you. Thank you. But Chris, I think now that Leah's watching, I think you know what time it is.
Leah, are you ready? Because we're ready. It's time for dance time!
with our Triton athletic athletes, with our very own women's rugby, Katrina Penaflor. Woo! Oh, Katrina, thank you so much for being here, for being our first athlete on the show. We are very excited.
So just to start it off, Katrina here was a graduate from the Simon Sanchez High School and was a star for rugby and track and field.
Oh, look at her, what a true athlete. So Katrina, this is the first time that women's rugby has developed here at the University of Guam. So how did you get the word about it? How did you get to know about it?
Okay, so before we begin, I'd like to thank both of you and everyone who is putting you guys' first live show together. Thank you for having me. How I first heard about the women's rugby team at UOG, it was one of my closest friends I played high school with. She was the one that sent me the news about UOG having their first female rugby team, and I was excited to hear about it. So we both came out together and we both joined, and so far I'm still loving it. Of course, rugby is my favorite sport.
And she's here today. Yes. We're so happy to have you. So to just start it off, and now you're in a brand new team. What is it like playing for a brand new team with brand new players that you haven't played with before?
So I would say playing with new teammates, it's challenging to want to get close to them because being a team is all about staying committed. You want to stay close with your teammates, so playing games, it's easier to communicate and play together. So it's challenging, but overall, I'm liking it. It's always good.
Wow, look at her. She's still evolving, she's still going, and we, Christian and I, definitely want to learn and keep evolving with you. So, I see that you got that rugby in your hand. Oh, here's the big question that we've both been waiting to ask for the entire show. If you could just show us whatever type of skill that it is when you play rugby.
Something basic, nothing too hard.
Of course. So our number one basic skill we always have to go by is passing from the hip. Okay, so when you're passing from the hip, you're gonna wanna keep like a firm grip on the ball just in front of you, and then when you pass, you're just gonna wanna like extend your elbow and then push. You don't have to. I know you guys see that rugby balls are always twisting or like turning when they throw it. That's not your focus. Your focus is just making sure the ball gets to your receiving team. So if you guys want to start out with that, you can just pass the ball and then catch.
Rosanna over here would like to give it a try.
Okay, so let's see what Christina said. So she said this hip, right,
And then extend.
full send. Okay, Chris, let's go.
I've never seen
Come on, Chris.
balls.
Come on, Chris.
There you go. Let's do the basic pass.
Okay, Chris.
Thank you for that skill.
Okay, so Katrina, your first game is coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's a lot to take in. It's your first game. You're competing against players who are from the national team or from different other club teams. So how are you? What are your expectations for yourself along with your team as you guys face your first game?
So expectations for myself, I definitely wanna. It's a really big change from high school rugby to women's rugby. So my expectation would probably just to make sure I stay committed within the sport, and of course fitness really matters in rugby. It's a lot of running. But with my team, I just expect a lot of support, and not only support, but just to be there. Like we fail, we get back up. That's all I expect.
Okay, you heard it there, folks. That's how it goes.
Fun, get back right up.
Yes.
Okay, so you came to UOG not planning on playing any sports. Did you have any in mind of where you wanted to go to play rugby or run track?
So for track, I wasn't really more looking that into my later future. But for rugby, I was offered a scholarship in the ending of my high school graduation. But with that being said, I was more concerned of being back there with my family. So I definitely get homesick the moment I leave on the plane. I'm already homesick, but I did have the opportunity. I did not take it. I was praying that UOG had a females rugby team, and my second year back in UOG, they had a females rugby team. So I just took the opportunity. Definitely.
It's great to see that not only is this development here happening, but it's also happening for you too. So Katrina, it's no secret, we've seen it all over the news. It's literally everywhere, COVID-19, back and forth, right? It's all over. So how would you say that COVID-19 has not only affected you, but most especially within playing sports? What are your thoughts on it? Have you developed any ideas as to how you can sprout out, make sure that you guys are still playing during this time?
So with COVID, it has been pretty stressful and challenging to deal with, especially with sports. Of course, you worry about distancing, including with the contact sport, it might be challenging. So especially wearing masks, I know some people, of course, prefer no mask when they play sports because of breathing and it's like irritating to their playing habits. But I would probably just say that I don't have much ideas as to how we can fix that with contact sports including. But if people recommend that we wear sports masks, I noticed they made those things. Those would be good. But overall, I don't really have much to say about the COVID-19 affecting sports. Just that it kind of lessens the people in playing and it just lowers their self-esteem in playing as well. So just that's that.
So, if you saw us dancing earlier, coming to you, so we want to just teach you one little dance move or two. And if you want to stick around to see Katrina perform it before she ends, she'll be here. Okay, so the first move, you go slide in.
Oh, let me put this down.
Okay.
It's time
It's time to get the groove on our side now, huh?
So you go slide in,
Slide in.
clap,
Clap.
and then you do 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Clap.
Oh, clap. So
Okay, then.
I'm gonna go 1,
So,
2,
3. And then after that, you're gonna do the. Yes, that's exactly.
Okay.
That's after the and then clap one more time.
And then you just
You
groove.
want to just keep going, keep on
Okay,
moving.
got it.
Let's try it, ready? Oh, just kidding.
So if you want to see Katrina perform it, you gotta stick around to the end of her interview.
Oh, let's just dance together. Dance together.
Okay, so you were the first student athlete here on the show. So what is it like representing the women's rugby team?
Oh man, it's amazing to represent the women's team. I'm pretty sure Coach would know. Coach Kayla, shout out to you. I was the one that stepped up. No one responded, so of course I stepped up. But for my team, I'm pretty sure they're happy. Most of them probably want to do a live show right now. So thanks, guys.
So before we end, is there one more rugby move like you would want to teach us? Something important that you guys use in your games?
So one of them would be yes.
This one's
Thank you.
you.
So first, it's mainly our passings. We also have our footwork. If you guys want to work on that, you're gonna hold the ball and you're just gonna do like some running with some jukes. If you want to try that out, definitely you want to try to avoid the tackle as much as you can with the ball. So if you avoid a tackle, you gain a lot of yards and it's better on you and your team. So if you guys want to try that out,
I think it's Chris's turn.
Okay, Chris, you can try it.
He
So
has
just
to
gonna hold the ball like tight to your side, and then what you do is just take a few steps, then make a hard left or hard right. He does it.
Oh,
That's so
How was that?
a little turn and twist. Definitely do the trick.
He is the dancing bear, as I recall. And they had a little bit of a 1-2 spin up in there. Chris, I see you. All right, well, Katrina, this concludes our interview with you, but thank you again so much for coming here. We definitely appreciate it. Our first one, so it's even better.
Thank you so much for
But
having me.
before we end, is there any shout outs you want to give to your family, your friends, your team?
Yes, shout out to my family and friends, including the team. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here standing right now. Especially family, thank you for supporting me through everything, including you, my legal guardian, Cassandra Penaflor. Thank you so much for pushing me no matter what. You are my biggest supporter. So I love you all and watch my dance shows.
Shout out to you.
I completely forgot.
I think it's another dance party.
Okay, let's try it again. Ready? And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my God.
a bit tired.
Chris, you're making me sweat. Stop. Come on, Chris.
Okay, so again, join with us for today's episode is the first Hall of Fame interview for our podcast.
Yes, and it is my pleasure to go ahead and introduce him, Christobal, also known as Chris Mesa, Hall of Fame class of 2019. Woo! Oh, Mr. Mesa, thank you so much for being here. We very much appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
Oh,
So Mr. Mesa was inducted to the UOG Athletic Hall of Fame as a football player who was a member of the UOG 1975 and 1977 championship team. The 1977 team was undefeated.
wow. And standing right here to my right side is a donated 1974 signed football to the UOG Athletic Hall of Fame Room Conference Room.
So while Mr. Mesa, like what athletics director Douglas Palmer tells us, you're giving the footballs what sparked this the starting of this Hall of Fame room. So how do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Mr. Douglas Palmer for establishing this Hall of Fame. He put in a lot of effort and research and reaching out to the community to find out all these sports in UOG back in the days and all these athletes that played the sport. So I want to thank him very much for establishing this Hall of Fame room and stuff. So thank you so much. And I'm just honored to be a part of this Hall of Fame induction. And
Yeah, it's really an honor to have you too.
It's an honor to be standing here with an actual Hall of Famer.
I'm only one of the few. I'm
Yes.
the one. So
But it is,
there's plenty more out there.
it's our first time, so we're a little starstruck over here. But yes, so the Athletic Hall of Fame is a great way to not only honor you, but the 36 other people who had also played with you. So what does it feel like to be a Hall of Famer?
It's such an honor to be in the class of all those great athletes that has played the game, not only in football but the other in basketball, baseball. We used to watch each other. We go watch their game, they come and watch our game. So it's such an honor to be remembered for those past. It was great.
It was a win-win for not only you during your game time, but a win-win for each and every one of you as athletes to get an experience of what it's like for you to play out there, whether it was on the field or it was on the court.
This year, the UOG sports, that football, they gave us a chance to continue playing our passion after high school. Like how she'd be playing rugby right after high school, now she can continue playing her favorite sport. So UOG giving us this chance to continue our passion of the sports that we love.
So Mr. Palmer told us a story and it's very emotional and very meaningful to him. And I heard that it made him cry twice. So how did you start this signed football? And you have this masterpiece right here in this container.
What happened was I played for UOG football in 72, 73, 74, 75, and 77. In 74, the third game of the season, in one game I injured my knee. So I ended up getting a knee surgery. So I was out for the rest of the season. So the rest of the season I was on the sideline on crutches, watching the team play and cheering them on and supporting them. And in one particular game that I wasn't expecting it, but after they won the game, they all gathered up and they called me and they surprised me by dedicating the game and giving me the game ball for that particular game. And all the guys signed it. So their names are there. So it's been sitting in my bedroom for 47 years. So I told my wife, I said, "Hon, I think it's time to share this with the world." So I came up and presented it to Mr. Palmer to donate it to the Hall of Fame.
Wow. Oh, that was really a sentimental story, and now we understand where Mr. Palmer comes from the emotional part, and it's really it's great. You get to share this not only with athletes or future athletes, but you know, for Chris and I, myself, like doing this, it's great to see that after 47 years, you know, all that history, all of those great memories are now right here in this glass box, right here in front of our very eyes. You know, we just wanted to say thank you so much again, you know, for being here, for telling us this story. But you know, before we end, you know, is there anything you want to say to those who are watching, who are listening, you know, as a former athlete yourself, or just any words you would like to share?
No, I just want to say hello to all my other teammates out there that I play with, and also all the fans that have supported us throughout the years. It's been a great ride. I really loved it. Playing with a whole bunch of guys. They were really respected to each other, and we all supported each other. So, and it's an honor to be with such a class of these athletes.
To top that all off, Chris and I would love to present you a certificate of donation, just as for this football, sharing your 47 years right here with us and everybody else who has come into the Hall of Fame room. So, Mr. Chris Mesa, this is for you. Thank you so much, and we definitely appreciate you and all of your experience throughout your athlete years.
So for the audience, if you want to come check out the football sign donated by Mr. Chris Mesa, you can go to check it out at the Triton Fitness Center located in the Triton Athletics Hall of Fame.
I think we were time. I think when we were doing some interviews, I think we had a fan, not fan, maybe a viewer from Land, East of Land, who said we had a great interview.
Thank you for the support.
Congrats.
And another one from Kayla who said, Biba Triton Athletics. Thank you for all your shout outs and all your great
Support.
comments. Yes.
But Chris, I think
Would you want to know?
I think we can give him a little something.
Another group.
No, I think it's okay. But yes, definitely don't forget to like,
Comment
share,
and subscribe.
yes, because Steve's next. I think what's happening? What time is it?
I heard Zumba next week.
No, what time is it now, Chris?
Dance party.
Let's do that.